All right, guys, we've just had fresh comments from US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and they give a very clear insight into how the US is viewing the war right now. Rubio is now saying the conflict with Iran is expected to end in weeks, not months, and that's a very confident timeline. He also made it clear that the US believes it can achieve its objectives without a full-scale ground invasion. Instead, the focus is on degrading Iran's missile capabilities, targeting military infrastructure, and limiting its ability to develop nuclear weapons. So from a US perspective, this is being framed as a controlled operation with a defined endpoint. But here's where things get more complicated, because at the same time, there are still no confirmed direct talks between the US and Iran. Communication is happening through intermediaries. And that matters because it means there's no clear diplomatic off-ramp yet. So when you combine these signals, a short timeline, no ground invasion strategy, and no direct negotiations, you start to see a very specific approach emerging. This looks less like a traditional war and more like a pressure campaign. The idea being, apply enough military pressure to force an outcome without expanding into a prolonged ground conflict. But the risk here is fairly obvious. Because conflicts don't always follow planned timelines, and if the pressure doesn't produce the intended result, escalation becomes the next step. So the key question now is this: can this actually stay limited, or does a strategy like this eventually force a wider phase of the conflict? Because right now, the objective is controlled, the timeline is short, but the margin for error is still very small. And that's what makes this situation so unpredictable. I'll keep breaking this down and keep you updated because things are moving fast. Thank you again for watching.